What is up, disc golf fans? My name is Chris German. I have Derek Scull alongside me. We are Gatekeeper Media, bringing you back nine coverage of round one of the 2019 303 Open, presented by Discmania. As always, our coverage is sponsored by Team Millennium. Pretty exciting front nine with Eagle kind of popping off, and then Joe low-key going 8 down through 9.
Yeah, Joe is putting such a consistent showing on and, showing off a little bit of his DG swagger, as we coined before.
Yeah, a lot of green, so you can see he's got 8 birdies, 1 par. Eagle had that eagle, but also took that bogey. Colten and Peter being the MA1 winner from AMS, had a really rough start. I mean, he was 6 over through 3, and look at him now, he's 6 over still. So
that's what happens when you take an 8 on one of the holes and a 6 on another.
Yeah. So we're going to move into hole 10, coming in at 285 feet. This is the ace hole, I would say.
Yeah, and I would say, honestly, it is probably playing closer to 250.
Yeah, maybe even shorter. Ooh.
Did that hit cage?
It was right under. But you the way that the hillside is, you have a backstop. I mean, you're
You're
going.
playing over a gully, essentially.
Yeah, like you're going for it. As Colton's kind of goes far to the right. Peter's kind of doing the same thing. He's just anticipating the fade. He's not really going at it.
That's how you attack it. He's utilizing the backstop, making sure that it stops right under the pin, securing that birdie.
Here's Eagle going right at the basket.
Well, Eagle, you have 2 more rounds to recalibrate that shot.
Yeah. Colton, rough start to pick it up. That's a good way to get the 2.
Confidence booster for sure.
Yeah, good way to start the back 9. I like this hole. I like that it's kind of like an ace run hole, almost very short downhill. You got a nice backstop.
Well, I mean, after the par 5, you have like a gimme uphill and then an ace run.
Mm-hmm.
So really, that's a great way to kind of round out the middle of your round.
Yeah. Yeah, because that par 5 kind of takes a lot out of you. You got a nice uphill par 3 and then a very easy downhill par 3.
Now, I will say, coming from sea level and walking all these holes and all these hills, it really it puts a lot of strain on your body.
Yeah.
So folks who are, learning to play the sport here in Colorado, I think they have an advantage over most of the field.
Oh, I agree. And that's why you see so many great disc golfers come out of Colorado.
And a lot of thumbers.
Yeah. Moving into hole 11, this is coming in at 759 feet. Also a very nice, cool hole with the baseball field there to the right. That is also a Mando, but it's par 4. You kind of want to land kind of where these trees are right now. And then you have a pretty tough approach shot over this porta potty, and you do have these trees to the left. Sidewalk is in bounds. Tennis courts are out of bounds.
Yep. So again, this is kind of the practice area for the upper part, the upper course of this complex.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you saw those 3 baskets lined up, and they were able to finally get the key to remove them before play. But they bagged them up just in case. So that just vanishes in thin air, and oh look, there it is again.
Yeah, this was tough. This was blind for me. I didn't even know where it was coming from.
And there's just a lot of blue up in the sky.
Yeah. It's a nice hole, though. You could really let it unleash, really let it rip. You're going uphill. Big shot from Colton.
Yeah, it's got a lot of carry for him.
And if you're anywhere near those 2 trees over there, I mean, that's ideal.
And a little trivia for the course. This is the largest tee pad on the entire complex.
James Conrad would love it. He probably wishes every tee pad could be this big. I mean, no joke. It's seriously like 15, 20 feet. It feels like.
Yeah, for sure. And no one's really using
like Eagle. Yeah, Eagle's still on the you might even be on it.
I'm not.
You're like right on the edge.
I am. Yeah.
That just shows you that's a lot of run up.
I was kind of hoping that we'd see like a 360 drive because there's so much concrete run up, but unfortunately, I'll just spoil it right now. We don't have anything like that.
Eagles probably threw his cloud breaker. Didn't even see where he landed.
Which I don't think that are they released yet? Fully?
Should be. Joe going with the roller. Interesting. I would say for the second shot, you definitely have a roller. The first one's a little tough because there's a cart path, I believe. But if you're able to get that roller to stand up and kind of curl back over to the right, it's ideal. Colten bit off a lot of distance, and this should be pretty good for him. He's going to have just a nice little Anheuser shot. That kind of stayed straight. So that actually just went straight and went over the tennis courts. He went out of bounds over there, yeah.
Probably hard for you to anticipate that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, he was to the left of those trees. I'm all the way to the right. As you can see, I didn't see Eagles. I saw last second. Great forehand shot from Eagle. Peter flirting with
I know,
that.
he's living dangerously.
Yeah, that was something. That was a very nice shot, though. I do also like to live dangerously. Joe's just going to lay up, take his medicine, take his 4.
There's a living on an edge pun in there somewhere, I think. But
Colten hitting the bottom pin. He's unfortunately going to be taking a 5. Eagle, a nice 3. And that's textbook right there. That's the way you do it. Mm-hmm. Just have a massive drive and then really nice forehand approach. Throw it 250 feet. And make a 15-footer.
Maybe a little palm sweat.
Yeah, maybe. It wasn't crazy hot out there, which was nice the whole weekend. I don't remember it being anything crazy.
We were pretty fortunate the entire event.
Yeah.
No, we just missed snow days prior to the event, and then it snowed days after we left as well. So I would say, we're a little lucky.
Yeah, worked out good. So yeah, Peter Rath, like we said, coming in at 926. He was the MA1 winner for the 303 Open. Has not been playing for a long time. So I'm excited to see how he kind of builds and gets better. Maybe we'll see him on the pro circuit one day.
So hole 12, the triple Mando hole. It's pretty interesting. You're going to have the triple Mando right here closer to the green, but we kind of passed it a little quick, but there is a Mando left of the tree right in front of the tee box as well. So really there is 4 total Mandos on this hole.
Yeah, and it kind of forces you to either, if you have the forehand, throw a forehand, or you just got to throw like a really big Anheuser shot. Kind of awkward footing with the tee box too.
Yeah, now Kyle Motti, the tournament director, and I kind of drove through the area to survey before we were filming. And he did mention, he was like, a lot of people just overthink this hole. If you step up with something like a real flippy mid-range, you're going to be able to carry most of this together.
Yeah, it's not a long par 4. Joe just throwing like a really big flex shot, comes back. It's a decent spot. He's probably a little bit more to the left than he would want to be, but not a terrible spot. Peter sitting at 5 over now. He's able to get that birdie. This is looking really good out of his hand. Yeah. That might even be worse because now he's going to be pinched.
Yeah, and having to thread the needle through the triple Mando from all the way to the side there.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
It's a test.
Probably that glide. Oh, this is a crush. Oh.
And that is in.
That creek, there's OB water in there too, and he made it. He's gonna be able to attempt the eagle. So eagle went OB. There's a little bit of confusion here. There is a drop zone all the way up there.
Yeah.
So this is one of the drop zones that really isn't that friendly.
There are 2 drop zones from this actually on this hole. Total.
Joe just made it. Yeah, if you don't make the triple Mando, there's another one down at the bottom.
Oh yeah, see, this is an awkward position.
Yeah, hopefully he has an Anheuser. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, not the worst.
Maybe a little too safe.
Well, it looks like he got caught up in the tree branches and it fell. Eagle's going to run it.
That's right about where the drop zone is.
Yeah, basically.
A little behind it.
Just without the stroke. Easy 4, though. I would say it plays as a pretty easy hole.
All right.
Nice. It's our second deuce and our second eagle of the round. Good play from Colten.
Hold on, folks. Hold up.
This guy looks lost. You're still on the other side of the creek right now, huh?
Yeah. The gallery made it difficult to get there. So that was something. The gallery for this event was quite large and a lot of dedicated fans. So I will give them a lot of credit for that. And it was, as the event was going, the event staff made sure to, make announcements and treat us as players. Because we're bringing you the action. So we want to make sure we get a clean shot for you and make it look as good as we can.
Yeah, it was a well-ran tournament overall. So Kyle and Mike did a really great job. We're moving to hole 13. This is coming in at 269 feet. Another uphill par 3. This one plays a little trickier than the other ones as you do have OB over to the right side there.
It is also a prairie dog hole.
Yeah. A lot of dogs.
Yeah, and they bark at you.
Once again, if you have a forehand, this is a really nice forehand hole because you can kind of skip up, kind of have more of a slope from
use the hill as a ramp.
Exactly. But if you're a Joe, you're just going to throw something right at it. That works.
Yeah, pin high is always good.
Yeah. Can't complain. Peters. I have to say, other than those couple holes, he's really been keeping up.
Yeah, he's coming up a little short, but still giving himself some contention space.
Mm-hmm. Just playing some par golf. Eagles anticipating the skip. Drops it right in there. Peter outside the circle. Colton's just about outside the circle as well. He circles the edge. Oh,
Bumps
no.
off the cage. I think that stays in.
Yeah, that's safe.
Nice
That was
fence.
scary, though. That was a good fence.
Barbed wire, too, I think.
Yeah. It's either barbed wire or chicken wire. I can't remember. Joe's looking for this, too.
And he gets it.
Good round. Good putt. A little bit of a tester for Colton to come back. You could even see a prairie dog hole right there near the bottom right. There were so many. It was pretty cool.
I'd never seen a prairie dog in my life before this trip.
Well, I think it's cool that I'm throwing the Scorpius just for the simple fact that they produce them. It's a disc that's very similar to the Destroyer. It has a really similar feel since it was based off of the original Destroyers. It's just not as overstable. I would say for guys that don't have as much power, this is basically, a long-range, multi-purpose shooter, whether it be backhand or forehand. This disc was vital right off the bat.
All right, coming in the hole 14, 720 feet downhill. I'd say another eagle-worthy hole. A lot of people are going to throw probably big hyzers, land where the drone is now. Pretty simple approach shot.
Yeah, very cut and dry.
There is OB to the right, so if you pull something too hard, turn something too much, you can definitely end up over there. That's why you probably see a lot of people are just going to throw big hyzers.
Yeah, you can't see the pin from the tee pad either.
No.
So you have to be very confident at where you're throwing.
Yeah, I actually struggled on this hole too because I didn't know if they were going to go for the green or...
Right.
Yeah, so this first round was a little awkward for me just on a filming aspect. I don't think I have any catch cams. So Eagles kind of attacks it, goes right at the pin as opposed to throwing the big hyzer shot over OB. But I anticipate he's not in a terrible spot. Colten once again showing that he has power. That definitely got down there.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I was losing it in the hillside.
Well, here's a blue disc on a blue sky. Let's see if we can find it. There it is.
Sometimes it's the spray and pray method. You
Yeah.
just kind of open her up a little bit and point it wide.
But like I said, you kind of just want to land in this big open field. Then you have a pretty easy gap. Or if you're Joe, just go over the whole thing and just drop it in. So that takes a bad roll. It's going to be tester putt. So we're going to see Peter's forehand. I don't know if we've seen that yet. A couple times. His comes up a little short, but it skips.
Nice and safe.
Yeah. Colten really got down there. He doesn't really even know what to throw. He's kind of in that awkward spot where it's like, do I run it? Do I just throw something really easy? Just lay it up like that. Man, I think that's a smart move.
I agree. I mean, having such a blemish-filled front nine to then not play safe, I think you're obligated to play safe for the remainder of your round and then get more aggressive as the rest of the rounds come.
Yeah, because you're walking away with a birdie. I mean, he has the easiest birdie here. He's tapping in a birdie, so. Joe. It's a good putt from Joe.
See, I would say, would you call that a good putt? Because it almost fell out, right? So a good putt would be like steady, solid hit in the basket.
I mean,
right?
there was some luck on his side, but I mean, it's a little.
I've
to
just
the
always
left.
wondered that because, like, I mean, every putt is a good putt if you make it, right? So I'd love to hear what everybody thinks of what they constitute a good putt is. You know, is it just distance? Is it how confident it hits the chains? Let us know.
I would say if it hits the basket before the chains and then goes in, that's not a good putt. that's more my style. I like to not hit chains. Hole 15, really.
This is one of my favorite holes. Gives you a really tight gap right off the tee box, and then you're now you do have OB like right in there, and then you do play a drop zone. But you know that you take a turn to the right where that first pin was, and then some water does come into play.
Yeah, I would say overall really fun hole. This and 7 are two of my favorite. So you just want to throw a nice little hyzer flip from Joe. That is an interesting spot. Do you go all the way over the water, or do you take, because there's a left route as well. You can go to the left side. Joe's kind of in that interesting spot. Eagle's able to go a little bit more to the right and cut more of that distance off. He'll go right over the water. Colten loses that one. He's going to be going from that drop zone you were talking about. Peter, I don't think
Cutting
he
it
meant.
close
Yeah, I
there.
don't think he meant to go down that line, but
Seems to work out for him just fine. He's got a lot of space, a lot of breathing room.
honestly, he might be in the best spot. So this is tough for Colten. That's a tough drop zone. He's going to have to lay that out. So this is now for his 4. This is for his par. Oh, no.
Jeez.
Oh, no. The way Joe's playing, he's confident he's going to rip it. Safe, though. I mean, he definitely didn't hang it over the water too much.
Yeah, a bit obstructed for his putt, but he's on the green.
And like I said, there's this, if you go too far, there's this left side route you can take. Peter,
I think
unfortunately,
he got caught up in there, huh?
yeah, he hit a tree and kind of fell right where the path was. So he'll have a long putt. But nonetheless, it's going to be putting for birdie. Eagle with one of his, looks like MD5s. One of his European Open Metal Flake Glow. Pretty sure that's what those are. Cool, and just trying to get up and down at this point.
God, that leaves him a lot of work too.
Yeah, that's going to be for his 6. So it's going to be for his double. Peter. Good attempt.
Definitely needed that.
Yeah. Joe's kind of have to go up and over all this stuff. And oh, that
That'd
was
have been, yeah.
Eagle walking in, tapping in his 3. So Eagle's going to be gaining a stroke on the whole card. This one plays as a pretty tough hole. Last but not least, the man, the myth, the legend, Eagle McMahon. He is really making his name for himself this year.
Yeah, I would say he was off to a really good start, you know, capping at, not capping, but getting himself to a 1050 rating. Very impressive, sir.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely in that top threshold of players.
Yeah, and one of the
Ricky
youngest out
Wysocki.
there.
Yeah. He's a bright future. He's sitting 10 under. So the hot round at this point, mostly everyone was in. The rumors kind of going around since we didn't have UDisc and live scoring. But they were kind of putting him in as we went. Luke Humphreys was sitting at an 11 under at this point. So that was kind of the bar that was set.
Well, Joe says, well, you know, I think I can do better.
Yeah. I mean, Joe's already doing better. He's sitting at 12. Peters just throws it right into the ground, skips up. Should be an easy 3.
But at this point, you don't want to be playing for par.
No. Colton's a little bit of room, but
Just a little wide on him. Doesn't make any contact.
so there is like a second cut of grass back there. There's no OB back there. This place is, I believe, a no OB hole. I think there's OB to the right where 14's fairway is. There's one OB line that runs for both fairways, but
Yeah, you don't play OB, but there is a lot of distraction coming from the houses here.
yeah, this was tough. That dog back there was barking with the kids playing, and I could just tell that Eagle needed a lot of focus to make that putt.
But it doesn't look like it affected him too much.
No. It's going to put him at 11 under.
Joe should be able to just focus right in. Making sure that that's the case.
Yeah. Kind of go through your full routine.
I like his method for win read. That doesn't work in a lot of places, but because Colorado is so dry, it's kind of an
Yeah,
ideal.
just a little kick on the foot and kind of see where it goes. So Joe is at 13 now. So he's definitely separating himself. Tough putt for Colton. Peter will be able to save his par. Only 2 holes left.
Just like an evolution, the game is always changing. Change happens on even the smallest of levels, all the way down to the DNA. Discmania's DNA has always held the drive to change the game. Now, this DNA has transferred to advanced disc golf manufacturing technology. Change is happening. It's time to evolve. In collaboration with Latitude 64, we want to offer you exciting, modern, and revolutionary products. Products that will reinvent your game. Introducing Evolution by Discmania.
We want to give a big shout out to Discmania for everything they're doing, making big moves this year.
Oh yeah, they moved to Colorado and were able to, be a part of this awesome event.
Yeah, added a couple different new manufacturers to their lineup, and I'll tell you what, the Evolution is. There's some good disc in there. The Instinct is a very nice fairway driver. So Eagle, the way I took the drone, the only reason I took that was because I was with Eagle during the practice round, and this is what he did. He threw a huge forehand over all that. Most people are going to take a more traditional to the right route. We'll probably see the other guys take it. I don't believe Joe will, though.
Joe's going with a bomb Anheuser shot. Let it flex right back for him.
Oh, look at this. Oh my God. If he would have gotten albatross there, I would have lost it.
I would say that that's one of my favorite highlights of the entire event.
Yeah, that is a crush. Colton's going to do what traditionally most people will do. Is just kind of throw something down towards that path. Then you have a nice little tunnel shot or a little gap you have to hit for your second shot. There is a Mando down there, but it doesn't really come into play.
Yeah, basically you're just going to hover over the walking path.
And that's pretty textbook right there.
Mm-hmm.
There's two ways to get down there. That's the one way, and we'll see how the other folks did it. A little too much pepper on that. It's crazy. I think still after both of their second shots, Joe is still CTP. Eagle's going to break that and have a tap in birdie, but Colten. It's a tough putt. Tough green too. It's awkward footing.
Yeah, a little warped.
Yeah. Pretty steep hillside too.
That just looked like his arm gave out there.
Yeah, sometimes just right out of the arm, you can feel it. Joe inside the circle. Amazing drive. Got a nice uphill putt. I mean, couldn't ask for a better opportunity for an eagle. And he gets it. That's 15 down.
Yeah, we've seen some really amazing play from the local gentleman.
Yeah, just in general, this entire card put together a really good showing. Colten was able to really make his move and make his way back down. Takes his 4. This is it. Hole 18, 830 feet, par 4. This is a pretty long par 4. You're going to throw off on this pathway. You want to have something that's going to fade to the left, kind of where those folks are down there shooting from. And then this second shot, probably the most demanding second shot of all. There's big trees in the way.
Low ceiling. Tight gap. Tucked in basket. Yeah. So you don't even really have a look from there.
No. You either have to throw something low and very overstable. It's going to have a nice skip on it.
Yeah,
or
some skippy.
Or try to go up and over. I mean, it's really tough. We'll see how these guys attack this second shot. That's going to be a tricky shot for Joe.
Yeah, didn't get the distance that I'm sure he wanted. That was a good stop. Reset from Eagle.
Eagles. Oh, no. So he just kind of hit that tree and stopped dead. Good shot from Colton. Oh. I mean, he's higher up, but he's going to have awkward footing.
Yeah, you don't really have an opportunity for a pretty steady run up from there.
And Peter just pulls this. That's going to go OB. It's a long way to go. He went out pretty early.
And now shooting your third shot.
Yeah. And then this one, we almost took someone's face off. Right there.
Man. Yeah.
We were yelling for him. He actually wasn't paying attention. And he didn't know the discs were coming, and we were screaming, "Hey, 4, get back." It's pretty scary. I thought that was going to hit him.
What a skip from that.
Oh, wow.
It was like it skipped a couple times. Joe with the thumber, I believe.
Yeah. And he had a pretty good shot. It's just where it landed. He's basically scrambling at that point.
So, yeah, Colton finds himself there where he just didn't have an opportunity to run up at all.
But here, this is, you either got to attack it low or go big highs or around the tree. And he throws it right into the tree, unfortunately.
Yeah, just didn't quite know how he wanted to go.
Eagle looks like he's going to go low because he's pretty close in there. Another rumor has it is Simon Lanzat got to where Eagle shot was on his drive, day 2.
Impressive.
Might have been day 3. I don't remember exactly, but that's a crazy shot to get there on 1. Joe's
Playing the skip as well.
yeah.
Leaves himself a little bit, but
Yeah, it's
I
gonna be
feel confident that he can make that.
Colton trying to find a local route.
I think that was really all he had. That or a pitch.
Oh no. Good run for Colton. Oh, nice putt.
Yeah, very clean.
That's a good way to end it for Eagle. As we look, he had a couple reds in there, a lot of green. 12 under is a really good score to put up. Joe, this is for his par. Oh, no.
A little heavy-handed.
Yeah. Just kind of dropped dead for him. He's going to take the bogey. That's going to drop him down to 14. Peter, really rough start on those first 3 holes. But other than that, he really put a good showing together.
Give it a couple years of dedicated practice, and we could see a lot from him.
Yeah. Same with Colton. Was the winner 2 years ago. He unfortunately had a really rocky start, but it's 3 rounds. We still have a lot of golf to play, but the way Eagle and Joe are playing, I don't know if anyone's going to catch them.
Yeah, they're kind of running away with it pretty early.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see the battle between them two.
So look at that for Joe. His only bogey came on the last hole. Eagle sitting at 12 under.
Old school versus new school.
Basically, that's the way it looks. Only 2 strokes separating them. So we're going to take a look at the leaderboard. So Luke Humphreys, like I said, 11 under. MJ. So we're going to have Michael Joe for the second round.
I love watching MJ.
Yeah, he's fun. Not in the woods either, so it should be interesting how he goes out there and throws.
Yeah, for
with
sure.
his Colorado folks.
Well, folks, thanks again for tuning in. We were really excited to be bringing you commentary from the new studio this time around. Make sure to give us a follow, subscribe, ring that bell, and tune in for round 2 of the 2019 303 Open.